Hey guys, just wanted to get the beautiful Bella pup back on film just for a little bit because she's grown since last time. I keep trying to pretend that she's not getting any bigger, but the dog is definitely getting larger each day. So I'm so pumped for today's video. This is something I've wanted to do for years now. And just to be real with you, I guess I've held back some of my truth. Pretty common. I think we all have this issue where it's a bit of a fear of being ostracized and being judged. But now, especially with the current climate around the world right now, I just could care less. So today we're talking about manifesting. That's right. So your thoughts and your intention being put out into the universe and then showing up in the future as a physical thing. Now, this is a reality. We all have the power to manifest. Every single one of us does. And I'm going to share with you a couple of crazy stories of my own. There'll be a link down below so that you can watch the actual video happening in real time, in real life. Because luckily I captured this manifestation happening in real time. I'll explain that to you later. But yeah, every single one of us has this power to manifest. And there's just some secret ingredient between our emotional power and the congruency between that emotion and the thought, the intention, the dream that we have. And if it's aligned with our soul's purpose, it is made manifest as long as we surrender and get out of the way. And a big thing, people say to me often, "Oh, Damo, how do I manifest?" Or "Damo, how do I do it?" And I think the biggest thing is, one, you need to believe that you can do it. You need to know that we are gods in the flesh. And the other thing is you've got to get out of the way. You can't be waiting for it to show up. It's actually the moment when you completely forget that you even had a manifestation. That's the moment that it just pops into your day. So this is the truth of all of us. We are all powerful beyond measure. So I'm going to take you back a couple of years. This was 2015 and I was away on the far west coast of South Australia on a fishing trip. And out on my boat we have this like burley cage. And it's like a metal cage. You put smelly stuff in there and it brings fish in. So I was out there and the person I was with, she threw the burley cage over the edge, but hadn't tied it onto the boat. And so, you guessed it, it's sunk to the bottom of the ocean. So it's got a lead weight on the bottom, it's yay big, it's a metal cage. And I thought, well, if I'm going to practice what I preach and we are all that powerful, and manifesting is real and it's not just mumbo jumbo, then I should be able to bring back that burley cage from the bottom of the ocean. And I thought, oh, I'm up against it this time. Like, can I actually do this? I came up against the whole raft of like, what have I been believing in? Is any of this real? All that junk. So we were there for a bit over 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, there had been a lot of storms, a lot of rain, bad weather, and we hadn't really taken the boat out much. But 2 weeks later, I wake from a dream. And in that dream, I'm at the back of the boat and I'm on the left-hand side of the boat and I'm reeling in my fishing line, and connected to the end of the tiny little hook is the blue rope that I attached to the green rope that was attached to the burley cage. And I'm pulling it in and I'm feeling immense joy. I'm feeling limitless would be the only word to describe it. And I woke from the dream and I told the person I was with, and I also told one of my best friends. I wanted proof. So my best friend and the person who I was on holiday with, they knew, and I said, this will take place. It was the last day of the holiday. We went out on the boat one last time. It was the last fish. It was the end of the day. The sun was starting to come down. And I threw out my fishing line and I just knew something was going on. First I thought I had a fish, and then I'm like, hang on, no, it's something else. I reeled it in, and you'll see in the video below, okay? I've linked it there. That's it happening in real time. It's in horrific quality, standard def. For me, there was now no more middle ground. There's no denying that if you can pull a metal cage from the bottom of the ocean, then every one of you out there can do anything when there's this aligned with this and you get out of the way. You can call it faith or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't discredit it. When you get into a high enough state of energy within yourself, and you believe and you know it to be true, and you ask, and I think it has to be aligned with your soul's purpose. I've noticed that when it won't show up for me, it's generally because I'm walking down the wrong path. I'm starting to take the wrong direction. But what I found is when you ask and you're congruent with that, and then you let go, it will show up in your future. And you and all of us have the power to manifest. In quantum physics, they talk about collapsing the wave function. So let's just look at how it might be possible. You can observe a thought in your head, so you're not your thoughts. Yeah? You can have an out-of-body experience, which I've had a couple now, and many of you out there may have experienced this. You can actually, as consciousness, view your own body. So we're not the body. So if we're not the thoughts, and we're not this physical temple, this shell, what are we? Well, I would say we are infinite consciousness. Love, actually. We are infinite love that is aware. So if that's the case, if all of us are infinite consciousness and infinite awareness, in quantum physics, Albert Einstein said that we see each other as all separate, a kind of optical delusion, because the 0 point field, or the quantum field, is a unified field of information where everything comes from. Everything physical comes from that same field, which means you and me and everything. So in quantum physics, they talk about collapsing the wave function. So we get thought into energy into something physical. And that is collapsing the wave function. So what that means is from the field, from the 0 point field, which is a potential, it's a wave, it's nothing physical, the act of observing it collapses the wave down into a particle, just like that. That's called the observer effect. Do your own research, there's plenty of videos on YouTube and that sort of stuff. That's not what we're talking about today. But this just gives some sort of scientific explanation of how the hell could we possibly actually manifest something that we believe in and encompass the emotion, and then we're going through our day and boom, there it is. So when you get started, start small. One of my first meditation experiences that was quite profound, I wrote about in my book. I was at a workshop with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I had this vision in that meditation of a golden Labrador. And I remember talking to Dr. Joe afterwards and said, "Hey, can I manifest a dog?" And he said, "Well, Damien, you might want to start small, because it was a living thing." Funny thing was, I landed back from the Sunshine Coast on the airplane here in Adelaide, and the manifestation did show up. It was 2 golden Labradors. One was called Rosie, one was called Ralph. I digress though. So I just want you to just pick something small. Start with just something, know what it is, and as long as you're going into meditation each day and you're connecting with that energy, and at the end of that meditation, you just ask. You are talking to a conscious field of information. You could call it God, you could call it spirit, you could call it the universe. You can call it anything you want, but we're all talking about the same thing. And when you put your awareness on it and you ask, it will show cause in your life. I promise you, it has happened to me now so many times that it doesn't even surprise me anymore. And I've held back from talking about this because, what sort of a quack is Damo now that he thinks you can actually manifest things? But I want you to know that the secret here is you must know within yourself that you are that powerful, that it can be done. You have to completely get connected with your emotional compass and embody that emotion, and the intention that you have, that you put out there, which is sending a signal into the universe, has to be resolute, has to be firm. You've got to dig deep. All that greatness that's inside you, dig into that and then let go. Just ask and surrender. And once you've got your manifestation, because a lot of people are going to get it, and a lot of you out there have already been doing this your whole life. it's all the, oh man, you wouldn't believe the coincidence that happened today. Do a reframe. It's called a reframe, okay? When you understand that that is you and you are that powerful and it's not a coincidence, your energy created that event. We are all manifesting this version of reality as we speak. So what world do we want to create, you know? What world do you want to live in? Do you want to be in a world where you're a creator? Or a world where you're separate for everything and the world's happening to you every single day? So anyway, below, just put your comments. Let me know what's shown up in your life, whether it's like a toothpick or a set of keys or a plastic dog or whatever it is. Drop it down below, and if you've got any other questions about manifesting or another video you want me to do to go further in depth about how you do it, just let me know. But I want to close out by saying, you are powerful beyond measure. There's nothing you can't accomplish.